got through the expected decision from the Federal Reserve. It's not a shock. They have done nothing and probably won't do anything. It's not sounding like they're even thinking about pivoting or relenting to lower rates any more. So we're going to have to probably stay within this flat line of rates for a while longer. Um, and what is happening? I have shown you the 6 month three. We bounced right off of it. Look at that. My 6 month three on the close. So 6 months ago, the market opened, and then you had the prior 6 months that closed. And so that's how I run my calcs. You can see that spread is what the spread is that the dealers trade. So this was a perfect example. We were holding the open, 6 month three on the open. That broke on his hawkish comments, sold off to the 6 month three on the close, and they bid it right back up. So we want to stay on top of that so that we can go from the HFAL, the 14 period, to the 1 period, all the way up to 7,000 by the year end. And we're not going to have any help from the central bank. They're too busy helping the global central banks because they're paying them interest on reserves to park their cash in the Federal Reserve so that they can use that fund. It's like, having a money market fund that they can use to buy treasuries because the other foreign banks stop buying them. So it's just a Ponzi scheme. It's just, a few central banks trying to pretend like everything is copacetic. Nobody wants the European bonds. It's oversaturated. The treasuries are oversaturated. So they have to bribe banks, pay them to keep money parked at the Federal Reserve and not lend them out. And that's what the crime is. Trump is trying to bring manufacturing back. Not trying, he is bringing manufacturing back. He's spurring the economy. We see it in the GDP, 3%. And he's giving incentives for companies to bring their manufacturing here, pay no, you know, tariffs and, tax incentives. And here you've got Powell fighting him to keep the foreign central banks afloat because it's a Ponzi scheme. It has to change. They're putting the American national security at risk by doing this, by supporting central banks over Americans. Why do we have a foreign central bank dictating what our rates are? And that's exactly what's happening. It's no different. He stood there last week or just a few days ago at the podiums at some conference that he was speaking at and said that they're operating on that 2012 paper. 2012 white paper. That's what they're operating under. So he said it does not matter what Trump does to replace him, that his committee will be operating under that 2012 paper. That's insane. That is the pure definition of insanity. That's a pure definition that somebody has taken over control of our country and they're running our country. It doesn't matter that we elect a president. Jay Powell is going to tell us how it's going to be, and I can't stand it. I'll sit here and just scream about it until they do something about it. Apparently, we don't have a Congress that's capable of doing anything. So, I mean, they could easily write legislation to change this. We've got, you know, the majority, maybe one vote, but, get it done. Get it changed. You've got to change that stupid 2012 paper. All right, moving on. Get off my soapbox. 6 month three, 63, 65, 25, 63, 95, 75. That is the perfect bounce. That's the bounce of all bounces. So I'm looking for 6,500 tomorrow, that upper monthly one. All right. And then we'll see what happens from there. I have to tell you, I'm a little bit dejected. I mean, I just don't see anything changing. And hold on just a second. So I'm a little bit dejected, and I just don't see anything changing. They sat through how many? I mean, I was doing this with one of my AI bots saying, how long did we sit in transitory land? And it was like a long time as they sit there and did not do a damn thing when interest rates were really high. So they sat on low rates until the very end when he flipped and then just drove them up from 0 to 5.5%. They are insane. And he won't lower them a little bit now because they might see a little bit of inflation. It's insane. So they're clearly, it's all about the M2. It's all about them paying the interest on reserves. That's all it is. They need those banks money there so that they can draw on them to buy treasuries at these auctions and for the overnight repo market. And it's a con game. It's a shell game. And I don't know why the country thinks they need a shell game. I guess they don't want to let go of the central bank because they're just printing money, to operate. And if they want to keep doing that, that's fine. Japan does it, China does it, everybody does it. But get somebody that supports America on our side doing it, not the central banks. I'm sorry. Anyway, had some good earnings come out. Obviously, look at NQ taking off. There's a daily three. As I'm sitting here complaining, and the market is crashing and rallying up. Might hit my 64.50 tonight, right? Um, so back to daily one. Nice bounce, nice recovery. All right, so I'll get off my soapbox daily three, and that looks like it's it. If we break above, I could throw some tails up. Just take the level, the daily three level, and extend it out 25, 50, 75, and 100%. And you can get the tail levels that the algos trade to that easily. There you go. So I'm sure they'll, figure something out. We can't be held hostage by this insanity much longer. Um, they need to fix it. Do something to fix this. Um, but you need a central bank to work with fiscal policy, not against it. And that is clearly a disconnect. They don't even consider fiscal policy so that they can keep their autonomy. And he keeps saying that we have our mandate. It is, we have just gone straight to bizarro world with all of this. The people that they put into that position, and the people they put in DC positions in DC, I don't understand most of it. So I'll just leave it at that. I don't understand a lot of it. Okay. Y'all have a good night. Sorry to fume. I get worked up. We're back in the weekly mean, and these algos kick in at these levels. You should definitely get Jats PT. So we want to go up a little bit higher. There it is, 64.50. There, 6,500. All right. So y'all have a good evening. I'll have a good report for you in the morning. Gonna go back to the one time a day reports. There's just so much that's involved in it now. There's not enough time to generate afternoon reports and morning reports. So I'll have one good comprehensive report for us in the morning, um, and hopefully get all the kinks ironed out soon. But I think I made again some forward progress on that today. It appears like I've got a clean workspace now, and the calcs are working correctly. Um, all right. We'll talk to you in the morning. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good evening.